It was some hours later when morning began. Italy woke up, got out of bed, and then ran into Germany's room, where he jumped on the bed. Then waking the other, he smiled and said, "There, Germany. Guess what happened last night? I woke up and the snow had turned everything white. So I got up to look and then heard something downstairs. It was Santa. He said your trees needed repair. Your tree needed repairs. So he took it away and the presents went too, since he made a mistake, and then he left and he flew. I looked out the window and saw him go by, and his sleigh then disappeared into the sky." After this, Germany turned to look at the time, then yawned and asked, "Why are you speaking in rhyme?" But then froze as it dawned on him what he had just heard, and he jumped out of bed to see what had occurred. He went down the stairs, Italy walking behind, and he entered the lounge, switched the light on to find that the story was true, and the things that concerned Germany was that nothing had yet been returned. He asked Italy, "Do you know what's going on, and why everything that was here last night is gone? Because I don't think Santa would do this, would you? Bloody hell, it's about time someone got a clue." But poor Italy didn't yet want to believe that the kind jolly Santa had him deceived. "If we wait a while longer, he'll sure to come back," he said desperately, "bringing our stuff in his sack." But they waited and waited, and nobody came, though it slowly became clear that France was the same when he called them to say that his Christmas had gone. Then some more Europeans each called one by one. By midday all of Europe was cross and confused. World War III looked more likely, as states were accused, and North Italy started to feel more ashamed, as he felt like he shared a large part of the blame. If he'd woken up Germany after last night and not gone to bed thinking it was all right, then just maybe their Christmas would all be okay, and the fake Santa wouldn't have ruined their day. So when Germany started a meeting at 2 to find out who had caused this dreadful to-do, Italy stood up, silencing Turkish and Greek. All the arguments stopped, and he started to speak. "I know everyone's upset and angry," he said, "but before all these arguments come to a head, I just want to say that I don't think it's right that on Christmas Day we should be having a fight. Just because all the tinsel and presents are gone doesn't mean everyone shouldn't all get along. You see, Christmas is more than the gifts and the tree. It's a time to spend with your friends and family." There was a silence, a pause after Italy's speech, as the nations considered what he'd tried to teach, and North Italy hoped they'd now all get along. But then Poland said, "That was cute, but so wrong. Do you think that my fabulous hairstyle is itself? Girls, shut up. You know fashion is bought off the shelf, and totally not cool if Christmas is not an excuse to get stuff that'll make me look hot." Then he flicked his hair, putting his hand on his hip. Russia nodded in agreement, and Spain bit his lip, saying, "Sorry, I realize that we shouldn't shout, but you don't understand what this day is about. It's commercial, a time to buy crap and get fat, and you may think that's wrong, but we like it like that." Then the others all nodded, agreeing with him, and poor Italy realized that he couldn't win. Even Germany couldn't look him in the eye, but he wouldn't give up. He'd continue to try to make everyone happy on this Christmas Day. So he left Hazel-Beka and went on his way. A while later he wandered quite far in the snow. As he wandered and pondered on where he should go, and on what he should do, then he suddenly thought of the countries he'd left after they shouted and fought. There was only one nation who hadn't been there, so he turned and he started towards Prussia's lair. Wait, hang on, how do you know which direction to go? Did I say my lair was a secret? Well, no. He arrived at the lair fairly quickly and knocked, and then he waited as slowly the door was unlocked. It was Prussia, of course, looking very surprised to see that it was Italy standing outside. "What are you doing here?" Prussia wanted to know. The reply, "Sorry, I didn't know where to go, but you weren't with the others. I was on my own, so I thought that together we won't be alone." It was Christmas goodwill, of the sort Prussia loathed. But he said, "Fine, come in. Please just put on some clothes." And then Italy realized he was indeed there. Wait, so why didn't he freeze to death getting there? And how come no one told him that he was still nude? I mean, really, I know they were having a feud, but wouldn't you have thought they'd have been that distracted, or maybe in France's case, far too attracted? But whatever, Italy entered the lair. Then he stopped, his jaw dropped, and he stood and he stared. Prussia fidgeted slightly and shuffled away. He'd forgotten that he hadn't hidden the sleigh. It was parked in the center of that very room, with the presents inside and his Santa costume. So he sidled in front of it, trying to hide any evidence that just could not be denied. It was too late, however. His secret was out, and the whole world would soon know without any doubt. It was Prussia who ruined the holiday season, and Italy now asked him what was his reason. "You don't understand," Prussia said in reply, "just how much I hate Christmas. You want to know why? It's because all the presents I get are so crap, and I really hate having to buy stuff and wrap, and I'm never invited to spend Christmas Day with my so-called friends. Not that I care anyway. It's more fun to be by myself. Who needs those guys? Definitely not me. Wait, something's in my eye." As he turned away, wiping the tear from his face, but then suddenly found himself in an embrace. He looked down to see Italy hugging him tight. The small nation was touched by the story in sight of the tears that Prussia was trying to hide, because Italy knew that the Prussian had lied, and that really the other was very lonely. He said, "This year, then, you can spend Christmas with me." Then he smiled up at Prussia while still clinging on. At those words, Prussia's bah humbug mindset was gone. I don't know what he thought of the hug, but they say that the Prussians' small hearts were 3 sides of that day. Wait, you what? No, it didn't. You're blatantly lying. Oh, Prussia, for God's sakes, you're not even trying. But really, that's not how biology works. But this is a poem. That's one of the perks. You can make it all up as long as it rhymes. It's okay. Now shut up or I'll kick your behind. Oh, now look what you've done. You've just ruined the mood. The feel-good Christmas spirit is totally screwed. Do I look like I care? Oh, you bloody well later. Just wait until I finish with you, you traitor. But right now, I'll try to get back to my tale about how Christmas morals will always prevail. And so Italy somehow had opened the door and shown Prussia the light he had ignored before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, isn't always a chore. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. So he sent out a message to Europe to say, "Look, I'm sorry I nicked off with your Christmas Day, but I realized that Christmas is something to share, so come over to party with me in my lair." So the others all came. They forgave him, of course. Well, at first they were pissed off, but he showed remorse, and they wanted to get all their gifts back from him. So they had to behave, or they wouldn't get in. Then they partied and danced and drank into the night, and they opened their gifts at the stroke of midnight. Liechtenstein got a ribbon, and France got a rose. Belarus and Ukraine each got beautiful bows. And I think that it's time for an ending to this, before Prussia butts in again and takes the piss. So please think about this poem after I leave. And wait, hang on, you didn't say what I received. Oh, Prussia, I didn't know you were still here. Spill all the presents they gave me that year. I don't really know. You're a really bad liar. I'm sure it was something you really desired. We'll see. Hey, wait, give me that. Don't steal my script. You don't need it now. Plus, it was already ripped. Let me see. Hey, it does say, I opened my box. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. They gave me socks? Don't glare at me. I didn't write this, you know. What the hell kind of ending is this? Damn, this blows. You know what? Fuck the morals. What Spain said was true. If you don't get good presents, then Christmas is poo. Just ignore him. He's bitter. But everyone ought to believe in the message that Italy taught. He was right when he said that we need to care less about commercialism and all of the stress. We just need to remember what Christmas is for. That is, spending the day with those whom we adore. Even Prussia was capable of Christmas cheer. Dude, fuck that. I'm so blowing up Christmas next year. And the end.